flow in torrential fashion. Similar ideas can be found in Isaiah and also in Deuteronomy. Isaiah 44:26 describes Jerusalem being incomplete sentence there. Isaiah 44:26 describes Jerusalem, and it does it in the context of the Creator acting in history. The Jerusalem is overflowing, and these sorts of things. The verse is located within a description of God as Creator. Isaiah 51:3 depicts Zion being comforted, and in terms of recreation, it will be restored to an Eden-like state. Deuteronomy 6:10 speaks of cities which are restored or overflowing also. These are cities which are given to the Israelites when going into the land God is giving them. I think it's important for a Christian values ecology, the environment, God's creation, to base that view upon ideas found in the Bible. As I will be discussing in the future, Zechariah demonstrates a certain understanding of God as Creator, which implies that humanity ought to value and to care for God's creation, the earth. One of the great things that I have had the opportunity to do in the last year is to settle in, to purchase a house, place that we're going to live for a few years while I'm working on PhD work, classwork, and then writing and research. And so, since we're going to be here a while, I have decided to start working on a garden in the yard, to kind of put my ideas into action here. I've been doing a little reading. I've got a interesting book here, the Vegetable Gardener's Bible, which is a pretty useful little book. Got lots of pictures, got lots of helpful ideas and comments and tips, that sort of thing. So I've planted. I've got flower beds. I've got vegetable garden, beds ready to go. And a couple weeks ago, planted. And this week, I got to take some pictures of some of my lettuce actually sprouting. Now, I was actually really surprised that some of this stuff really came up, because since I planted it, we've probably had, at least 3 freezes, if not more, and we even had a snow one of those days. So one day I went out and checked in my garden, and the seeds that I planted 2 weeks ago, they were supposed to have germinated within 10 to 14 days. So I thought, I'll go out and look, and just thought clover was growing in the garden, basically. Pulled up one of the plants to get a look at it, and I noticed it was growing from a familiar-looking seed. In fact, I had seen that seed before, because I was the one that put it there. So, mildly excited, I grabbed my netbook and did a search for the image of a lettuce sprout, thinking that's probably where I had, planted my lettuce. And it gave me pictures of the same thing I had just pulled up. So now I'm convinced that we're going to get some vegetables out of our new garden. It's about a 80 square foot garden total. I'm excited to grow things for several reasons. One of the reasons is that my great-grandfather, he worked a farm in Tennessee. He ran a dairy and grew tobacco. And I have some great memories of going and visiting his farm, of him showing me around, and the great relationship that he had with the animals, with the land, with people in the community there. And so, like many people, most of my older relatives were farmers or grew up on a farm. So gardening, getting outside, working in the dirt, it makes me feel a little bit connected to my heritage. And second, I want to give it a try. I've never done it before. Third, I really feel that if God has given you land, then you have at least some ability to feed yourself, like from gardening. I want to tend the garden, as Genesis 2:15 puts it. Personally, I'm convicted that I need to take care of creation as an act of showing honor and obedience to God. One way to do that is by growing a garden to lessen my impact on creation. By eating stuff that I grow, I'm creating less waste, plus getting good compost. I'm not requiring that food to be transported or processed, which saves energy and pollution. So in those ways, I'm honoring God by respecting His creation, which He has charged me to look after. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about in the final March episode of the Conservative Christian Ecology podcast. Just a quick update. We've been picking up traffic here lately. The website is getting over 500 hits from unique visitors, I should say, per month, which is a few thousand page views. So keep listening, keep subscribing, clicking on the feed in the side corner. It's free. It'll get you the updates as soon as I publish them, and you can join literally people from all 50 states in the United States. And every month there are people from at least 40 different countries that log onto the page. So you can join into the conversation of what's going on and get to know some of these people whose comments and blogs I've mentioned on the show. And I hope you'll do that. I hope you'll check it out. And look forward to hearing from you and reading your feedback and engaging you in conversation.